Thanks for joining us trackside once again, race fans here. On the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight, the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series fires things off. For race number 7, we're going to head and kick the dirt off of the tires and head back to some speedway racing here tonight for the Girotech 130 right here in the beautiful rolling Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan. Michigan International Speedway is where we find the action here tonight. Qualifying session already underway, but before we head trackside, take a little look at your track information. There you can see 110 degrees. These trucks may have a little bit of loose conditions, trying to find some grip on a very hot track here tonight. Before we head trackside, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV Land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into your qualifying session. There you can see the left-hand side of your screen, Troy Radford and his Lucky Finn Project number 94. Chevy Silverado sitting top of the speed charts. Quick time belongs to Radford. 39.95 is the fast time here in qualifying. Over 20 trucks scheduled to make a start here tonight. We'll see how they all shake down here in qualifying. Brandon Medford, the king of dirt, walking away with the win at Eldora last week. He's going to slot in second here in qualifying. Thomas Smalling going to go third. Radford still looking for that breakthrough win of the season. You have to get to victory lane. We'll get to some of the point standings a little later on tonight, but qualifying just about over with. About a minute and a half remaining for these drivers to try to run down the pole position here tonight. Still some heavy hitters. James Ood as well as Wes Fuller. Cody Giles, he had to put in his time lap. Ray Radford, Tyler Woodard. So as the music fades away into the background, we'll hear the engines out there on the track. Drivers full song on lap number 2. I'd be hard pressed to say that these drivers are even lifting, heading into the corners. Looks like speeds upwards of 185, knocking on the door of 190 miles an hour. So once these truck drivers get drafted up, this is going to be a high-speed race here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Troy Radford still sitting top of the speed charts here in your qualifying session. 39.95 is the fast time for Radford. Medford right behind him. Thomas Smalling, Scott Clodfelter, and Zachary Woods rounds out your top 5. We'll scratch that as the other Medford man makes his way into the top 3. Chris Medford going to go third on the speed charts. Looks to be about 6 or 7 drivers still yet to put in their time lap. They've only got themselves, they've got about 45 seconds to try to lay down a lap. You're hearing right now, that's going to be Wes Fuller out there on the track, the 35, looking to try to put down a time lap, but I don't think he's going to get there. Dustin Franklin trying to knock it out of the park. He's going to slot in that 5th position, and with just 10 seconds remaining in qualifying, looks like Troy Radford will walk away with your pole award here tonight. So as Radford wins the pole, we're going to head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And we head back trackside as drivers make their way to the cars and through pre-race inspection. Drivers going to get ready to go at it here on the high banks of Michigan International Speedway. Drivers ready to throw down for the Girotech 130 here tonight. Girotech Machines, Solutions, and Support. Your Haas factory outlet. And I tell you what, looks like a handful of trucks starting to make their way to the starting grid already. So what do you say we go ahead, get a little closer to the track? There you can see them all lined up, getting ready to go. Just a handful of drivers yet to make their way to their starting positions, still trying to make their way through pre-race inspection. John Gutekunst, John Garrett, as well as Dustin Franklin. Franklin's going to make his way through just Gutekunst and Garrett, waiting to hit their starting positions. 19 truck drivers scheduled in our field here tonight. We'll see who's going to take the checkered flag, who's going to crown themselves the kings of the high banks here in the beautiful Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan. And as drivers see the pace car turn on, we're going to hear these engines come to life, and we're going to get sent to run down tonight's starting lineup here in the Euro Tech 130, rolling off of pit lane with your pole position here tonight inside of that Lucky Finn Project number 94 machine, Troy Radford. Just to his outside, you'll find the fast number 83 Charity Motorsports machine of Brandon Medford. Medford looking to go back-to-back visits to victory lane. Conquered the dirt last week. Willie Conquer, Michigan here tonight, back in row number 2. Chris Medford and Thomas Smalling, row number 3 here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. The 74 of Dustin Franklin and the 66 of John Garrett. Scott Clodfelter and Zach Woods back in row number 4, row number 5 here tonight. The number 7 of Ricky Gonzalez, the 13 of Thad Miller. Row 6, the 41 of John Gutekunst, and the 55 of Nathan Estep. Back in row number 7, the Euro Tech 130. The 48 of Brendan Pamitan, and the 42 of Thad Failer. James Oot, Cody Giles back in row number 8. Row number 9 here tonight, the 35 of Wes Fuller, followed by the 47 of Ray Radford. Tyler Woodard going to round out the field, and it looks like Woodard going to have trouble getting to the starting grid. He's going to start from pit lane. We'll see if we can get some radio down there and figure out what may have went wrong with Woodard. Pace truck down and away for the first time, and we hit the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. 2x2, 3 rows deep, run of the field side by side through turns 1 and 2. Rest of the field still side by side behind them. A lot of drivers going at it, a lot of drivers in the mix right now. Will they fan out down the backstretch? No. We'll see 2 wide throughout this field. Drivers head through turns 3 and 4 for the first time. And we'll complete lap number 1 as your pole sitter. Troy Radford going to lead lap 2, almost 3 wide, crossing the stripe for 3rd position now. Bottom of the racetrack, I believe that is John Garrett making some moves in the 66 machine. There you can see him 3 wide, 3rd place on the line. Way at the top of the speedway, the 21 Pro Cup Racing Experience. Oh, and it looks like Garrett had a little bit of a moment there. We'll go back to side by side for a 4th. As we make our way through turns 3 and 4, drivers going to head back across the stripe. Here we go, heading back into turn number 1. Lap number 2 goes in the board. Radford still showing the way through 1 and 2. We roll, stacking them up back there for 2nd and 3rd, 4th and 5th, still side by side as we make our way out of turn number 2, back down the back stretch again. Single file, your top 3. Medford looks to the inside for a moment, but decides not to take it there. He'll stay right behind Radford for the time being. Here comes the 46 of Chris Medford, top side of the racetrack. He's going to try to stay in line and keep that draft at the top of the speedway. Lap number 3 completed. Still your top 2 breaking away out front. Thomas Smalling with a run to the inside. He's going to pull door to door with the 83 back through turn 1 and 2. We'll hit the back stretch. Still trying to make something work on the bottom is Smalling. He's got help from Dustin Franklin, but Franklin 1 truck back. Hot and heavy battle at the front, hot and heavy battle in the back. We've got trouble on the track. Caution flies for the first time here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Looks like some drama, some trouble out there tonight for that U.S. Air Force 48 machine of Brendan Pamitan. Let's go back and let's check the replay. You can see Pamitan top of the speedway, and oh, just coming up the track just a little bit. It looked like a little bit of problems there. Fully unintentional is one it looks like. We're going to take one look overhead here with the drone cam. It looks like we're going to miss it on this shot as well, but it looks like just drifting up the track a little bit. He's going to catch that left rear quarter just enough, and ooh, talk about a slide for life right there. Fortunate enough, the 48, no contact with any other cars, no contact with the safer barriers. So besides needing a new fire suit and some new good gears, he should be quite all right. He'll start from the rear of the field here on our latest restart. Pit road is open. Looks like the front of the field is deciding to stay out. No, they're going to duck to pit road late. Radford going to bring a slew of drivers down pit lane. So the entire field down pit road this time around, so everybody got to get service and tires. We'll see who wins the race off of pit road. Radford with that front box, the first box on the speed or on pit road. Should give them a little bit of an advantage here. We'll see how the pit crews go about it. The left sides are down already, and away they go. Radford will roll off of pit road first. Chris Medford, Brandon Medford right behind him. John Garrett going to come out in fourth with Dustin Franklin, Ricky Gonzalez, Cody Giles, Zachary Woods, and Thad Failer inside of your top 10. So back track side we go. As the field makes their way off of the access road and back on to the track, we'll get ready to heat things back up here in just a short 2 laps, and we'll get things underway here from Michigan International Speedway. Field back behind the pace car as we come to a close here on caution number 1. A little bit of contact between John Gutekunst and 48 of Brendan Pamitan. Pamitan going to collect himself after a long slide down the back stretch. He'll start a little bit further back through the field. Winning the race off of pit road was your pole sitter, still fast at the front of the field in his Lucky Finn project. Number 94 machine, Troy Radford, going to show the way back to the restart zone. We'll go double file down the back stretch and into turn 3 as we get set to fire these machines back off this time by. We're hearing radiator troubles for the 77 Woodard Automotive machine of Tyler Woodard. That's what's going to keep him from hitting the track here tonight. So a tough break for that driver and crew. 77 out before his night started. We'll roll into the restart zone. All the gas and green flag flies once again here in the Eurotech 130. Good restart here for Radford. He's able to stretch his legs just a little bit. Your top three going to go single file now as John Garrett looks to squeeze by that 74 of Dustin Franklin. He's going to be able to do so. Now your top four, the single file, and looking to the bottom of the racetrack, looks like Brendan Medford wants to lead. Medford looking for the lead, bottom of 3 and 4. Radford at the top. Don't look now. Here comes John Garrett, bottom of the speedway, 2, almost 3 wide. Back across the line. New race leader here, the gear intake. 130. Brandon Medford going to lead that lap. Radford going to fight back on the high side. We're 2 wide, 3 rows deep at the front of this field. A lot of quick moves being made in this pack at the front of this field. John Garrett keeps looking to the bottom of the speedway, looking for a 3-wide situation. There he is, peeking the nose of the truck down at the bottom of the speedway, once again trying to cover off that shortcut run that these trucks are going to try to utilize. It's not going to work out this time by. And Garrett's going to lose the position. The 74 is going to make his way around on the high side. Little out of shape on corner entry. Franklin had to catch the back of the truck. 4 wide off of 2. 4 wide down the back stretch. These truck drivers going at it early here tonight in Michigan. Radford, Franklin at the line. Lap gonna go to Radford as Franklin trying to lead that first lap. Bottom of the racetrack, looking to get it off of corner exit, looking for a slide job. Not gonna clear. And Radford gonna have the run on the high side. He's gonna pull even nose ahead as we enter turn number 3. Here comes the square D, 55 of Nathan Estep, shot out of a cannon. Where did he come from? Whole field coming back together, talking about an accordion effect. They'll fan out 3, almost 4 wide through 1 and 2 here. Things are going to come back to, and into the outside wall. Big checkup on the high side. Into the outside wall, trying to get the truck back underneath him, and we got trouble. We got big trouble. Thad Baylor going to get involved in this one. In caution. Caution will fly. Caution number 2 here from Michigan International Speedway. The iRacing lead calculator, Hot Wheels number 42, Dutch Boys Machine, gonna have some issues. Big trouble here on lap number 12. Caution flies on the backstretch, and we're gonna go back and see if we can't get a look at what happened here. Let's go to the iRacing lead calculator replay. And catching it a little bit after the fact, but a little bit of trouble there coming off of turn number 2. We're going to take one more look at it here. Let's see if we can't see what's going on. And there's the carnage and chaos already underway. So missing it a little bit on the cameras. We'll get it worked on in the one of Scott Clodfelter. And he's going to have a long night ahead of him now after that contact here early on lap number 12. We'll find ourselves under caution for the second time, as we do have ourselves a little brief break in the action. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break, pay a few of the bills. You know how that goes. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back live trackside here from Michigan International Speedway, you're watching the Colonial Clash Racing Truck Series, tonight's Girotech 130, brought to you by Girotech Machine Solutions and Support. Race strategy utilized. Nathan Estep in the square D, number 55, stayed out on track. Your top four electing to stay out on track. Last time they were on pit road was under caution about lap number 5, so a little difference on the tires. Not quite so sure it's going to be that significant to make a difference. Right around an 8-lap difference on the tires. E-step very quick right before that caution. It's going to be interesting to see what our third race leader of the evening can do. He'll bring the field back to the green flag this time by as we head through 3 and 4. Pace car ready to make that left-hand turn, and we're ready to hit the hammer here from Michigan. Back on the gas and green flag flies once again. Race leader going to get a good jump. And that's just the advantage you get as the control car. You're able to fire off just that split second faster. There you can see what it can do for you. E-step will lead easily off of turn 2. Ricky Gonzalez right there in second. He's up 7 positions from where he qualified. So Gonzalez going places, and he's going to the front. He's going to look to the inside, not going to make the move just yet. Here comes a blazing fast Chris Medford, bottom of the speedway. We've got contact and trouble into the outside wall. 2 drivers into the outside wall, and caution flag will fly once again here. Lap number 17, quick caution, as I believe that is Zachary Woods. And possibly Cody Giles involved in this one. Tough break here. So a quick caution on the restart brings these truck drivers back to a crawl and possibly rethinking the strategy. Front of the field, Nathan Estep. He's going to have to deal with a fast Chris Medford. I mean, Medford restarted back in the 6th position on this latest restart, and he fired his way right on the bottom and right to the front. And he's going to bring a handful of drivers back down pit road. Amazing to see some of these drivers right back down pit road, just 1 or 2 laps on the tires. A handful of drivers are going to stay out. Looks to be your top 5 going to stay out on track, so inheriting the race lead with pit strategy. Front of the field, inside of his number 74 machine, Dustin Franklin going to take the top spot, and that's going to give us our 4th different race leader here tonight in the Girotech 130, live here from Michigan International Speedway. If you're looking for a fun run, if you're looking for if you're looking for a fine group of drivers, a great group right here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. You can find them over on Discord. You can find them in the league directories on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Multiple different series, multiple different machines right here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. When you hit them up, tell them Dave sent you and you'll be good. No, I'm just kidding. They'll probably tell you no. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we've got a turn of events here early in the night. Early trouble for the 41 of John Gutekunst. Contact with the 48 of Brandon Pamitat. And it sent Pamitat for a slide. Brandon has been struggling to recover. He's back inside of the top 10, but just struggling to get inside of that top 5. John going to recover well. He's going to do a little bit of damage control on that right front fender. But here he is. He's going to restart here from the outside position. Dustin Franklin, race leader, is going to choose the inside, coming across the line, and he will lead the field back to the green flag. But what a turnaround here for Gutekunst. And how about Clodfelter? Let's not count this guy out. Right here in the iRacing number 1 Ford F-150 Clodfelter. We've seen the engine pop and blow. He's had his one fast fix of the night. Will he stay clean, or will he still be determined to get to the front? He's going to restart third truck inside lane in the 5th position. So we're going to set the field. We're going to set the stage for how things are running so far here tonight. Very quick laps. We're able to watch truck drivers get away, but the field just able to reel them back in. So not really getting too spread out here tonight. We'll see if we get that long green flag run and a green flag pit stop, and what that's going to do to the field to mix things up, as our good buddy Travis Smith going to duck off the racetrack and set these drivers ablaze once again on the loud pedal, and away we go. Green flag flies once again. Here from Michigan International Speedway, look to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Chris Medford. He's going to make it 3 wide heading into turn number 1. Nathan Eastep going to back out of it, but right on his rear deck lid, man. These two drivers glued to each other on the bottom of the racetrack. Pamatat. Oh boy. Huge moment there. How about the white knuckle wheel man moment for Pamatat, as he's going to keep the truck headed in the right direction. That could have ended very badly, but able to. Whew, that is one heck of a save. We'll just leave it at that. So as drivers cross the stripe and we complete a handful of green flag laps, we're going to go ahead and drop that timing scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver. Here tonight from Michigan International Speedway in the Giro Tech 130, back down the back stretch, and Gutekunst looks to the inside, looking for the race lead for the first time here tonight. Inside of his 41, Gutekunst going to have the advantage. He's going to have the spot through 3 and 4, slide up, and will he keep it across the stripe? He will indeed, and our 5th race leader of the night, John Gutekunst, will take the top spot. Here comes Chris Medford, though, still digging on the bottom of the racetrack. He is one of the guys determined to get to the front of the field lap after lap. You can see him making moves, making charges, trying to get there, trying to make it work in the Spartan Charity Motorsports number 46, Chris Medford, looking to the front. Outside of the racetrack, 4 trucks lined up, ganging up on the 74 of Dustin Franklin, all alone, bottom of the speedway. We're starting to see a little bit of a gap develop back behind the Thomas Smalling. You can see a little gap beginning to develop. Scott Clodfelter right there trying to pull Pamatat along. The 35 of Wes Fuller inside of the top 10. He's up 8 positions from where he qualified tonight. So the 35 moving in the right direction. Thad Baylor right here as well, battling with Cody Giles. Or I apologize, that's Thad Miller battling with Wes Fuller. Giles going to take a position. The 7 of Ricky Gonzalez going to fly around the outside. 13 of Miller struggling here on the bottom of the racetrack. Back at the front of the field, still hot and heavy battle. Side by side fight for second place. E-Step on the bottom with Medford at the top. Medford looking to get a nose to the outside of Gutekunst. Right rear quarter panel trying to get a little bit of side draft action. Trying to slow him down just a little bit as we cross the line this next time around. We'll have just 40 to go here tonight in the Girotech 130. Great racing action here at the front of this field. Season number 4 has not disappointed for the Colonial Clash Racing Series. We've had ourselves 6 races, 4 different race winners. Only the Medford boys going to victory lane multiple times. Both Medfords to victory lane 2 times. Big moment here for the 84. 83, I apologize, Brandon Medford. Big moment there for Medford into the outside wall, almost across the nose of the 21 of Thomas Smalling. The Pro Cup racing experience, number 21 of Smalling, has had a little bit of an eventful race, a little bit of contact on that driver's side door to the T. The 21 almost scraped off of that machine. Meanwhile, front of the field not going anywhere. Gutekunst has got a hungry pack of trucks behind him. So we'll cross the line in lap number 28. We'll go a little bit of a push, and that's going to put Gutekunst into the side of Medford as Chris takes the race leader on the high side using that Larson line here at Michigan. Something you don't typically see is that high line really work here. Big push, big run, big bump, and we've got big trouble. We've got big time trouble here going into turn 3 and 4. Lap number 28, we'll see the caution flag fly, and we'll see a lot of junk machines after this one. My goodness, let's go back. Let's try to catch a piece of the action high above the track. There you see bump draft gone wrong. Gutekunst around the 6 into him. The 42 comes in, the 21 involved, the 7 of Gonzalez. A lot of drivers involved in this one. We're going to take one more look at it here. Let's see if we can't take one more look. Oh, there's the chaos. You just hear all the carnage going on in the background. These guys coming in a little late. They'll get it wound up, and we'll get back to the front of the field. The caution for the 4th time here tonight. And yeah, Spencer, I would have to agree. It was good to see that 41 out front here tonight with the Girotech logo on board. Primary sponsor here tonight for that 41 of John Gutekunst and the Girotech 130. Nice sponsorship work, but a little bit of trouble here right around the halfway point. And pit road will open. Drivers will make their way to pit lane, and we're going to take ourselves a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back trackside with all your action live from Michigan National Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
At back trackside as promised, not missing any of the green flag action as field. Double file back behind the pace car, ready to roll. Once again, Mr. Smith going to take that pace car down pit road, and we will get things back underway here tonight at the Eurotech 130 on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Michigan International Speedway. Another good start for Dustin Franklin, our fifth. Different race leader of the night, Brandon Medford, right behind him. Thad Miller looking to make some moves on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Scott Clodfelter. Debut race last week at Eldora did not turn out his way, but back on the high banks of Michigan with high speeds and high stakes, he's got himself looking pretty sporty. Inside of the top five, down on the bottom of the racetrack, leading a three-wide situation with the U.S. Air Force, number 48 of Brandon Pamitat, meeting the Savage Man in the middle. Pamitat going to back out just a little bit here, heading into turn number one. Top of the racetrack, shot out of a cannon. Here he comes back towards the front. John Gutekunst wants the position back at the front of the field, so as we cross the line this time around, handful of laps in after the restart, we'll draw that time and score back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver just like we do right here. The Turn 3 production booth across the line, lap number 34 goes on the board. And with the laps, excuse me, my goodness, with the laps winding down, if you thought there was some close racing action, you thought there might have been some door checking, some beating and banging, there's definitely going to be some bump drafting as we're going to begin to head under 30 laps to go here in just a few short laps. Three wide once again with Gutekunst in the middle, following Dustin Franklin through the middle. Slide job up in front of the 13. Gutekunst barely going to clear. Got Clodfelter leading that third lane down there on the apron. Top three going to break away. Back to the top of the speedway goes the 83 of Brandon Medford. Pamitat digging on the bottom, looking for the race lead. Not quite going to have the momentum off of turn number 2. And here comes a big push by that 41 of Gutekunst on the rear deck lane. He's going to move down to the inside of the racetrack. Gutekunst drifts up just a little bit. Thought about 3 wide. Thought better of it off of turn number 4. We'll go double file, 3 rows deep. Pamitan gonna move around, and that's gonna put Gudikons in the middle. 3 wide for second. 3 wide for second here. We've got some crazy good action. I tell you what, while we've got this crazy good action, why don't we bring you some crazy... Oh, and around. There it is. They go around Brandon Pamitan with some trouble. The 7 going to get caught up into this one once again. Trouble on the track for Ricky Gonzalez. John Gudikons also wins some trouble here. Caution number 5 will fly. Lap number 36. Trouble down the backstretch. So with trouble down the backstretch, we'll see how it all happened. And there it is. You can see it down at the bottom where the back end of the backstretch. Trouble on the track. A lot of drivers caught up involved in this one. Let's check out and see what happened with 48. Drips up just a little bit. 3 wide gone awry in the 41. Getting caught up in this one. The 13 getting get caught up. Here comes the 65. The 7 of Ricky Gonzalez also involved in this one. A lot of trucks torn up as we head back to the front of the field. Back under caution. Lap number 37 is on the board. Caution number 5, lap number 36. Looks like majority of the field will be heading to pit road. You gotta really overthink your strategy here, and we've got one gambler. It's got Clodfelter, one of the few Fords in this field. He's going to cross the line, and he's gonna lead a lap. He's gonna become our 6th different race leader here tonight in the Eurotech. 130 from Michigan International Speedway, home of Eurotech, right here in Michigan. Yes, that's right. If you're looking for your CNC needs, look no further than Eurotech, a Haas factory outlet. You can find all the great information over there at HaasTooling.com. So a big mix-up here. Clodfelter, I believe he's going to just do a strategy move, get a point for leading a lap. We should see him heading to pit road. We'll see if that's the strategy and if it pans out and pays off. But as we're under 30 laps to go, right? These restarts going to get a little tighter. The run's going to be negated a little bit more. Drivers may be a little bit more willing to do some things that maybe they're not normally willing to do at this juncture in tonight's race. So, with time ticking out, it's going to be interesting to see what this field does. So what about this big-time strategy? I mean, just about 10 laps difference on the tires for Clodfelter. And the rest of the field, everybody else going to have fresh tires. I don't know. Do you get a quick caution? Maybe. But if that caution is a little too quick, I don't think it's going to pull a lot of drivers behind you down pit road. So this is going to be quite a gamble. You're going to need 5 to 8 laps of green flag racing before these truck drivers are going to even begin to think about coming back to pit road. But if you're able to stay out and maintain position for that, it may have a few of these crew chiefs thinking, well, I might try my hand at staying out now too. So this strategy is definitely going to be one we're going to have to keep our eye on, and we're going to have no choice because it's right here in front of the field as we head down the backstretch. Pace car lights are off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by. field through 3 and 4. Double file. These truck drivers going to pull the belts tight and get ready to nail the gas, and away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Michigan International Speedway. Away from the field, Scott Clodfelter, a great jump with those old tires, but you gotta watch getting out there a little bit too far. You don't want to. Well, there it is. There it is. That's what we were saying. You're going to have to be a little bit guarded on. Driver's going to get a big run on you and just jump right around you. And Franklin able to do so. Dustin will reclaim the race lead. Here comes Chris Metford moving to the top of the speedway. He's going to be covered off by Franklin. Big run on the bottom, though. Here comes the 35 of Wes Fuller. Bottom of the racetrack, and here comes Fuller looking to the front of the field. 3 wide with Garrett in the middle. Single file for your top 2 will get out of the 3 wide situation as the 35 of Wes Fuller. Gonna back out of that potential situation. Garrett still digging on the bottom of the racetrack. He's gonna pull even now with Chris Metford down the back stretch. The numbers are on the high side. Big bump trapped halfway down the back stretch. Got the front of the field a little out of shape. Metford looking like he wants to cut low. Not going to be able to get there and cover off Garrett, who's going to make some moves on the bottom of the racetrack. Moving up. Moving out. From that top spot back down to the bottom. He's going to cover off the run coming from behind. Franklin will lead at the line with 24 laps to go. 24 laps to go. A lot of action at the front of the field, and we have had ourselves one heck of a night here tonight at the Girotech 130. A little bit of house cleaning in order here. A little bit behind schedule on this one. 19 truck drivers to the start of tonight's race. We are down to just 14 still out there on the track, but only 11 remaining on the lead lap. There you can see John Garrett, new race leader, front of the field. Garrett from the front to the rear, to the front to the rear, back to the front once again. He's up 5 position from where he qualified here tonight. Looking to get to victory lane for the first time this season. John Garrett leads the way. We're going to scratch that and replace that. Looking to get back to victory lane since the opening of the season. Garrett took the season opener at Daytona International Super Speedway. Maybe these speedways playing into his wheelhouse. We'll cross the line this time around. 22 to go. Big spin on the front stretch. Down in the grass. We're going to stay green flag here. Race officials deeming it's down off of the race line when we'll stay green flag. Chris Metford going to have a spin to the inside of the track, and caution going to come out late. A little bit of debris coming off of that 46 of Metford. We've seen him spin across the nose. If I believe that may have been the 35, possibly. Well, let's not point any fingers or make any assumptions here. Let's go back and let's check this replay. Let's see what happened here with Chris Metford. There you can see Metford coming down the track, and he's going to go across the nose of the 55. A little bit of a wiggle, and Metford comes down the track. He's going to get turned across the nose of the square D 55 of Nathan Estep. And that's going to put us under caution for the 6th time so far here tonight. So as drivers get ready to roll, 20 laps, or I should say under 20 laps to go. That's really a shootout at a speedway, especially one that you're doing 185, 190 miles an hour down into the corners with trucks pushing on your rear deck lids, pushing on those bumpers. Drivers making moves. Slide jobs are inevitable here. You can get a lot of momentum and carry it up out of the center of the corner, off of the bottom of the racetrack. Really carry it out to the wall and really carry a lot of speed on quarter exit if you're able to clear. But you gotta make sure you can clear. We haven't seen a slide job go wrong yet, but we still got ourselves a handful of laps. Who's gonna come to pit road? And we got a couple takers. Looks like Dustin Franklin, Brandon Metford, Zach Woods, Scott Clodfelter, Thomas Smalley, Ray Radford, Thad Miller, and Chris Metford all to pit lane this time around. Top 3 will stay out on track, and there you can see John Gutekunst. He's going to receive the wave around. So from leading the race to one lap down, now back on the lead lap, John Gutekunst going to get himself back into contention with a shot at the checkered flag here tonight. Okay, we're going to set the stage here. We're going to have ourselves less than 20 laps to go. Field should receive the one-finger wave this time around. Should see the one-to-go signal from the boss man to the flag stand. And our good buddy Travis Smith is going to cut out the lights on the pace car here tonight. And we're going to have ourselves, it's going to be 18 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. About 8 laps on the tires. For your top 3, John Garrett, Wes Fuller, Nathan Eastep, front of the field. A little bit of cushion here for Garrett. So with this strategy, I kind of like the way where he's sitting. Not so sure. I'm happy if I'm Fuller or Eastep. We've seen Brandon Medford and we've seen Chris Medford with 5-lap pressure tires cut it to the bottom of the racetrack and really run themselves to the front of the field. So the thing here is, how aggressive are you willing to be on these restarts? We're hearing word from Spencer out there with the chat. Spencer, we do appreciate some of the insights and information that you give us here throughout the broadcast, allowing us to bring it to the rest of everybody watching. 20 to 23 laps. Oh my goodness, trouble! Trouble as drivers trying to get lined up to 13 of Thad Miller going to have some issues, and he's going to call the tow truck. 20 to 23 laps. We're going to be on that fuel mileage window. A lot could go down before the end of tonight's race. We're going to roll to the restart zone, back on the gas, and green flag flies. Once again here from Michigan International Speedway, we'll cross the line. 18 laps remain. Garrett gonna clear by 2 trunk links, getting down into turn number 1. Eastep has got Franklin all over him. Dustin Franklin looking for a way around bottom of the racetrack. Franklin searching for a spot. We're going to jump inside. Let's go onboard here. We haven't brought you many of the onboard cameras. We're going to go onboard here when the 74 of Dustin Franklin way up the racetrack goes. Garrett, Eastep going to move, traveling around we go. Garrett's flipping. Oh my. We're going to have to jump back out of the car. Oh my, John Garrett went for a ride. We're going to jump right to the iRacing League calculator replay for this one. A little bit of contact there, and Fuller going to turn the 74 up the racetrack and up and over the Rose City Trucking 66 Fort Worth screen printing machine of John Garrett. From leading the race to being in trouble late here, he's going to have to head to pit road. He's going to have to fix some of that damage. So there it is. Quick caution. Caution number 7 here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Race lead going to hand over to the 55 of Nathan East and Brandon Medford right there beside him with Wes Fuller, Ray Radford, and Scott Clodfelter rounding out your top 5. Here comes East up to pit road. Medford going to stay out on track. Fuller, Clodfelter, Garrett, Medford, Smalling, Franklin, Goodegunst, and Thad Miller all going to come to pit road. And it looks like speeding down pit lane. Possibly not worried about that pit road penalty. John Garrett going to go flying down pit road. Pretty sure he's going to get popped by those pit road police, but nonetheless, here we go. Front of the field, Brandon Medford claims the race lead with Ray Radford right behind. Quick caution here, late in the going in the Euro Tech 130, Brandon Medford going to assume the race lead. Ray Radford will restart right behind him. Can Medford make it 2 in a row? Can he conquer the dirt and be crowned the king of dirt and the king of Michigan all at one time, coming to Motor City, getting the job done? Here tonight, Brandon Medford with a fine run, backing up his points lead coming into tonight's race. Tell you what, we've got ourselves a little time. Why don't we go ahead and get into some of those official point standings coming into tonight's race? We've still got a lot on the line, so a lot can change in the points as we finish things off here tonight in the Euro Tech 130. But coming into tonight's race, there you can see your point standings and how they run down. Brandon Medford with that race-winning performance last week at Eldora Speedway. He's going to take over the overall points lead by 10 points. Thomas Smalling right behind him. Cody Giles, how about the run here this season by that number 6? Just 14 points out of your overall points lead. John Garrett inside of your top 4. And Chris Medford going to round out your top 5. You can see 3 out of your 4 previous race winners right there inside of your top 5. So you don't necessarily have to win, but it helps. It does help. Yeah, Spencer, how about that? We couldn't have timed the transition to the in car any smoother, huh? We'll go to it and we'll watch it wreck. I promise that is not the broadcaster's curse in effect. Well, it might be. Who knows? We'll figure out if we can't conjure up any more curses here tonight. As the field's going to go back double file, we'll get ready to fire things off once again. Under 15 to go when we cross the stripe back into the Geico restart zone, and away we go. Green flag flies once again. As it's always place number 83, Machine gets some help from a familiar face. Chris Medford right here running with him. 1-2. Ray Radford back and forth. Your top 2 stepping away. Big push there for the Medfords. They're going to have to team up with each other. These two going to have to team up with each other as well. The 74 of Dustin Franklin. He's going to have to overcome some odds here and get some help by that square D. Number 55 of Nathan Eastep. Eastep now running in 4th. Smalling and Radford going at it 2-3 wide as Zachary Woods on the bottom of the racetrack. Only Toyota Tundra in the field. Sticking out like a sore thumb here with that Toyota emblem on the front. So as we cross the line and complete a green flag lap, we'll re-drop that tummy and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. We've got a hot battle at the front, so we'll head right back here. Medford, Franklin on the racetrack. Nathan Eastep not too far off. What does the 46 do here? Teammate, brother, how do you race them? 13 laps to go, 12 when we cross the line. How bad do you want it? You're both tied with 2 wins apiece this season. It's for bragging rights. It's for the race win. What do? You better think about it soon, because here comes E-Step looking for position. He'll grab the spot away from Franklin, but the bottom of the racetrack going to be covered up off of turn number 2. We'll take a look here as the battle continues to unfold. These trucks starting to come back together. We're going to have a big finish here tonight in Eurotech 130. I can promise you that. Digging on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Zachary Woods. A little bit of help for Woods. Behind him is that 74 of Dustin Franklin. We've seen Franklin not only get to the front himself, but push drivers to the front as well. Let's go to another one of our onboard camera shots here tonight. We do have an onboard camera shot with that Pro Cup Racing Experience number 21 machine out here riding that outside wall. Big wiggle on the inside. E-Step a little out of shape to his left side. Back down into the corner, looking to split him. He's going to go to his outside, putting the left front on that right rear. Going to try to slow him down a little bit with a side trap. Big run all in the corner exit. Smalling fighting for position. Will take. Oh, in trouble! And just like that, trouble to the inside, and well, Smalling into the outside wall. In race fans, I mean, that's how quick it can happen. We're just going, everything seems fine, and wham! Just like that. Let's go to the replay. Let's see what happened here. Oh, Nathan E-Step going to get turned across the nose on the 74 of Dustin Franklin, and up the track and into the 21 of Thomas Smalling. John Garrett going to be on pit road for quite an extended stay, still trying to fix up his machine. So quick caution here. After a handful of laps, about 5 laps of green flag racing after the latest restart, we work our way back around the track to catch up with the iRacing pace car. Our good buddy Travis Smith going to bring these trucks to a crawl halfway down the back stretch with 9 laps to go in tonight's Eurotech 130. Looking to pit road. Pit road is open and the field will come down pit lane, so nobody willing to risk it. We will have some lap cars stay out, get themselves 1 or 2 laps back. So as the field heads down pit road, we're going to break away for a final commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. In back trackside as drivers make their way into 3 and 4. Spencer, it's always good to see you around, man. You keep us on our toes. You give us some great information, and well, excuse me, you're gonna play a part in some of the broadcaster curse. I mean, you told us you liked the in-car view, so we went to great in-car view, and wham up, happens again. So you know what? We're gonna take your advice. We're gonna stay off of those in-car cameras for the rest of the night. But you say your driver out with that one. So who you got now? You gotta have a dark horse. You gotta have a backup. You always gotta have a backup plan. I'm gonna go out on a limb. Hopefully we don't curse him right here because we've already put some bad juju out there in the air twice. But we're gonna pick. I'm looking at that square D, number 55 of E-Step. He has been quick here tonight. He's going to start third truck inside lane. We'll see how they go on the restart. Pace car in. Trucks into the restart zone. On the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Michigan International Speedway. On the gas, quick on the bottom of the racetrack. Big run here. Big push from E-Step on the back end of that 60 of Zach Woods, who has kind of just labored around that 6th, 7th position all night long. Right here and at the end, though. Right where he needs to be, right up in the mix, but he's going to be all alone bottom of the racetrack. E-Step going to go to the high side. Nobody close enough to do anything just yet. Dustin Franklin going to make an abrupt move. He's going to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's going to look for the race lead through 3. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Big moves happening here at the front. Almost into the left rear quarter. Medford, a little bit of side drop. We got contact, and we've got a truck around. There goes the 74 of Dustin Franklin. Caution will fly with 5 laps to go. I believe this is going to put us into green-white checkered territory here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Brandon Medford, last week's race winner. He's going to have a green-white checkered in front of him. He's going to have to keep it out front for just a handful of laps. Does he have what it takes underneath the hood of that Zoe's place number 83 Chevy Silverado, or will the tough Toyota of Zach Woods shock them all and take the top spot in his first checkered flag? What about Nathan E-Step, our pick for tonight? The square D 55 will start second truck inside lane with a shot on the restart. And things are going to get good here at the end of tonight's Giro Tech 130. So late race drama as we've got ourselves under green-white checkered conditions here in the Giro Tech 130 from Michigan International Speedway. Brandon Medford looking to go back-to-back visits the victory lane. He's got 2 hungry drivers going to restart right beside him, and right behind him, Zachary Woods and Nathan E-Step, both looking for their first race win. Chris Medford, the only familiar face that has been to victory lane inside of your top 5. Scott Clodfelter, John Gutekunst, Ray Radford, all right here inside of your top 10, all looking for their first race win. The 21 of Thomas Smalling still on pit road. Dustin Franklin making his way off of the pit road. So a lot of drivers with late race damage control underway. We'll see if they can rejoin the track or if they're going to be relegated to pit road for the end of tonight's Euro Tech 130. Field should receive the one finger wave this time around, and we'll have ourselves a one to go with a green white checkered in front. So here it is. It all comes down to this. 2 attempts at a green, white, checkered here tonight. From Michigan International Speedway, drivers gonna knock on the door of the first green, white, checkered attempt. We're gonna get this thing fired off this time around. 11 drivers left on the lead lap. As Cody Giles just now able to make his way off of pit road, so everybody from 1st through 13th still running on the track. We've had a handful of retirements. Wes Fuller, Troy Radford, Brendan Bamatan, James Hoot, Van Failer, and Tyler Woodard all listed down and out of tonight's race as we get set to set this field loose. Out of turn number 4, we roll in. Man, I don't know. I don't know if we're done, but either way, I know it's going to be exciting. Back to the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies. Big slip on the tires. Oh my goodness. Big trouble on the restart for the 60. That's going to stack up that inside lane, and that's going to allow the Medford brothers to step out and away with an advantage. Off of the backstretch, we roll her onto the backstretch, I should say. Medford's on the bottom. Here comes the 60 of Woods. He's going to try the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Popsicle sticks on display already as we cross the line this time around. White flag flies. Final lap here tonight in the Euro Tech 130 side by side for second. Here comes a big push. E-step with a big push on the back of the 60. That's going to allow him to inch closer. Kenny get to the bumper. Not going to clear. Big bump off of 2. Big time wiggle. Big trouble for the 60 of Woods, and that's all but gonna do it for the field at the front. We'll drop that timing scoring, trying to push him to the front. Not going to quite get there. We've got trouble going on behind as Brendan Medford will walk away with his 3rd race win of the season. Chris Medford right behind him, and Scott Clodfelter will finish out his 2nd race in 3rd. What a turnaround from Eldora for Clodfelter. Only 2 Fords in the field, and he will be the fastest of the Fords. Heck of a run right there for that number 1 Ford F-150 of Clodfelter. But how about these two getting it done on the restart? Brendan and Chris Medford gonna do what they do, and that is collect checkered flags, really. So as your race winner brings the truck around to the front stretch, he's going to celebrate a little bit here with a little bit of a smoke show, get the fans in the stands, a little bit of photo opportunities. What a night, what a run here, the Euro Tech 130. As he brings the truck to a slide, he'll burn it down for the sold-out packed house here at Michigan International Speedway. We'll let him enjoy his fun, and we're going to step away from just a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the conclusion of tonight's Eurotech 130. What a night, what a race, and we're ready for your post-race rundown, your mid-race, for your post-race interviews. The one of Scott Clodfelter will walk away with a great run here tonight. Clodfelter going to start back outside of the top five, but finish inside the podium for the first time in his very young career here with the Colonial Clash Racing Series. Tough run last week at Eldora. Backed up by a great finish here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Scott Clodfelter will walk away with third. That's going to move us right along the list, and let's see if we can't have a few words with our good buddy sitting inside of the number 46 machine. Let's see if we can't get a word or two with the man behind the wheel of that 46 machine. Chris, it's Dave. How you doing? Well, I mean, I could complain. Probably wouldn't matter. Nobody would listen, so we'll just keep it to ourselves. Well, man, a little bit of an eventful night for you here tonight. You had yourself a little bit of trouble along the way, but a great turnaround. You were able to walk away with a great points day here tonight. So besides a little bit of the, we'll call it air quote shenanigans, how was the evening, man?
unfortunately, the tire. But it turned out all right. Definitely had a bit going. Getting wrecked on the front stretch twice. Then he tried to so it's unfortunate it happened, but rebounded for a second.
Yeah, man. I mean, anytime you can overcome some adversity and still walk away with a good points day, it's always a good thing to keep your head held high. I mean, you're going to have highs and lows, and as long as you can still make highs out of those lows, that's all that really matters here. You ended up with a great points day. You will give yourself a shot in the arm when it comes to the point standings heading into next week's race. So before we let you go from the track here tonight, Chris, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Yep, I thank you for all the broadcasts. They're always phenomenal. Thanks for John and all the admins for putting up with all of this. I know we can be a handful at times, but it's pretty good that you brought me on. So, shout out to Brandon for his win. I tried to get him there on the inside. I was down with some horsepower from contact from somebody else. So, congrats to him on the win. Jerry, by Scott. I'm not sure how many times he's ran with us. I think it might be his first time. But great win by him. Shout out to our sponsors, Rachel Riley, Ellie's Place, National Kidney Foundation, Lucky Finn Project, Mission 22. I just say time and time again, we raise for those causes and it makes us feel good.
All right, my man. Well, again, Chris, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. And as always, stay safe and keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Chris Metford walks away second here tonight. The Knightstown, Indiana native going to walk away with a good points day after some early trouble. Could have counted himself down and out, but he's able to turn things around and head into a podium finish. And we'll just bring back somebody that seems to be a familiar face. I think we're gonna build him an office right beside us. Brandon, how you doing? And how you feeling about being in victory lane once again? Well, sometimes you gotta have a little fight in order to. I don't know. I don't have anything. I was gonna try to make it up and it didn't work. So it happens. Now, a handful of drivers elected to come to pit road a handful of drivers elected to come to pit road a little bit late here tonight. What was your decision process on whether to stay out or come get those tires?
Well, I knew if we ever broke out a green flag run, we were going to be in trouble because, after about 10, 11 laps, the tires really went from being, the truck would be free and then it'd be really, really tight. And then it was a throttle game. It was going to really bring the drivers out tonight and those that could save tires. So, if the caution flew, we had to come down and get tires. It was basically what we had to do. So we had 7 sets, and I'm not happy to say that I used up all 7 sets.
Well, we've got opposite sides of the spectrum. A lot of drivers like to utilize those fresh tires. A lot of drivers don't want to have all those extra tires, but sometimes it pays to have an extra cent or two in your back pocket when you need them. Brandon, backing up last week's race win on dirt from Eldora with yet another race-winning performance here from Michigan. Man, you got to be happy about the way the season is going. You got to be happy about padding that points lead, leaving the track already ahead of by 10, but you're going to be leading by quite a bit more at the end of this one. So before we let you go and celebrate the rest of the night away, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Oh, of course, Dave. Gotta thank you for the broadcast. Thanks to John Gudekunst and Spencer and all these guys that put this league on. We've not been having the drivers I was expecting here this season, but hopefully they got some coming. Thanks to all the guys that did show up. Um, Congrats to Scott there. I don't know that we've raced with him before, and he was right up there all night battling. So great job to him. Great job to my brother Chris. He was a little down on power. He kept getting wrecked there, and I just happened to keep getting by that. But he's always wanted to be up front and battle. And on a restart, if I was going to have somebody behind me, it was going to, him or Troy would be my picks. They're going to help me get to the front. So I got to thank those guys for helping me get to where I am in just less than 4 short years here on the iRacing deal. And really stoked to have picked up. I think that's my third win in 4 weeks. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm very thankful to be able to do this and be up there. But got to thank all of our my other guys over at Charity Motorsports, Doug and Troy, who aren't with us tonight, and Matt. Troy, I guess Troy was here, but Matt wasn't. So, and then all of our charities that we race for: Zoe's Place, Ellie's Place, Race for Riley, Kids Talk, Lucky Finn, all those guys. We like racing for a good cause, and we're going to keep doing that. Here in a few weeks, I hope to be talking to you a little bit about our charity race that we're going to throw out for a couple of those charities. But other than that, thanks to my family for allowing me to do this and let me take time away in the evenings to get away from real life and get on the sim and have a little fun and compete with these guys.
Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. Always a class act, and always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things in post race interviews. As I said, always a class act, and always fast, man. We enjoy catching up with you. Stay safe, keep it fast, and until next time. Let's see if you can make it a third in a row and a fourth on the year.
Hey, let's do it, Bob.
All right, there you have it. You heard it from him. He's going to go for a third in a row. We'll see if he's going to be able to pull it off. Brendan Medford walks away with the checkered flag here tonight in the Giro Tech 130 live from Michigan International Speedway. What a run. What a night we have had. Race fans, absolutely. Absolutely. Amazing race at the front of the field. Drivers going at it lap after lap. Handful of cautions, handful of trouble, but when you are wide open racing, things happen really quick, and they happen in the blink of an eye, and, well, sometimes it just goes that way. Unfortunately, tonight, Brendan Medford got to overcome all the odds and adversity and walk away with the checkered flag. You can hear producers hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results here from Michigan International Speedway. And the Giro Tech 130 top spot belongs to the Zoe's Place 83 of Brandon Medford. Chris Medford in the 46 going to come home in second with Scott Clodfelter. Second race with the league, and he's going to finish out on a podium here tonight. Ray Radford, a great run by Radford. He's going to finish off in fourth with Dustin Franklin rounding out your top five. Thomas Smalling back in sixth. Seventh place belongs to the 7 of Ricky Gonzalez with Thad Miller coming home in eighth. John Gutekunst back in ninth. Zachary Woods finishes out your top 10. Square D, 55 of Nathan East. I'm going to come home in 11th. Cody Giles back in 12th. John Garrett going to finish with his RCR, or CRC, Fort Worth Screen Printing. Esports number 66 machine going to come home in 13th. 14th belongs to Wes Fuller, the Lucky Bin Project. 94 of Troy Radford. After qualifying on pole position, he'll have an early exit from the track tonight. The 94 comes home in 15th. Brendan Pamitat going to finish in 16th with James Hoot and Thad Failer behind him. Tyler Woodard will round out the 19-truck field here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. And that's going to do it for us. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. But first, join us, if you haven't already, in that push to 3,000 subscribers. And as always, show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash that bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, or maybe one of our many sponsors, we do appreciate each and every one of you. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.